Yo, welcome into another episode of Capturing the Game. It's the Game Within the Game podcast featuring me, your host, Desmond Jones, and my man's Juwan Polo Man Stewart. Today we got another special guest on today's episode. But before we talk about the guest, I want to remind the audience that Capturing the Game podcast is sponsored by Capture Sports Agency, where the CEO and founder is Chantel Smith Jones. Video edits is done by Desmond Jones, and also beats are produced by Jordan McClone. Now that the introductions are out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and talk about today's guest. He is the strength and conditioning coach at Tennessee State University. His name is William Jackson. William, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How y'all doing?
Good,
Doing
man.
good, man. Yeah, I gotta appreciate Jawan's road. I was talking about it offline, but ever since ever since I dragged him out of retirement, he slowly but surely this man, he's upping his game every single week, every single episode. So I like the road, man.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying new stuff. It's just got to stick to my polo brand. So, I'm just trying to one day get my sponsorship so I can be big time out here, bring some extra money in. You know how it is.
Yeah, at least he brought out the polo.
Exactly.
Right. So Polo, if y'all listening, because I'm gonna at you with this one. Sponsor my man's Juwan Polo Man Stewart. All right. Sponsorship moment out of the way. William, man, let's go ahead and get this episode started. But can you go ahead and tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my journey began at West Virginia University, where that's when I got my first strength and conditioning experience. I started at a little small school, Fairmont State, where I was doing an internship, working with football there. And then from there, man, I fell in love with the entire environment of just strength and conditioning. I got my real first taste of the everyday life at Robert Morris University with Coach Day. And it was definitely a shocker being there all day, seeing the ins and outs of strength and conditioning and what it takes to be a strength coach. But it's definitely well worth it. Then after that, I was there for a year. I was a GA at Howard Payne University down in Brownwood, Texas. And if you know anything about Brownwood, Texas, it's that part of Texas where it's like the Wild Wild West type of Texas. So, there's bulls in the backyard of where I was living at. It was pretty crazy. Yeah.
The bulls.
Bulls, yeah. Bulls.
You said bulls.
Oh, that.
They actually like real bull. Like what you talking about, the rodeos joints?
Rodeo, yeah.
Oh no.
Like they got the horns and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm cool.
Like the ones that hate the color red.
Yeah, those bulls.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
You said in the backyard though?
Yeah, somebody had one.
Man, what boy? I tell you, if you stumbled in their backyard, you heard, oh no, I got to go.
I was there for a year.
People talk about Indiana.
True.
We got bulls.
Well, go ahead. What you go for? Yeah. Finish. Look, go ahead, finish. I was just stuck on the bulls, but go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
I was there for a year. Then I ended back at Robert Morris during the pandemic. It was a little bit closer to home, and I became an assistant there the second time around. And now I'm at Tennessee State University, and I work with football and I run softball.
Okay, so now as a strength and conditioning coach, I guess looking at from football, that's more just kind of strength, building up those different muscle groups and whatnot. Softball, how do you handle? Those sports are almost, to me at least, two different spectrums. They may be similar in some regards too, from how you do it, but how do you handle those two workouts, I guess, differently or similarly?
Softball and football, they kind of on the same spectrum a little
Hmm.
bit. When they go in the weight room, they have the same attitude because those are tough girls. They're playing on the dirt field, diving for balls.
Right.
Maybe getting hit with a ball once in a while, stuff like that. So they're your tough, your tougher type of females out there. So I kind of train them similar to where I could push them the same way as I do with some football players. But the overall thing is just to make them a better athlete and for their sport than worrying about being bigger and pushing a lot of weight.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you originally are from Texas, right?
I'm from West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. Okay, okay, okay. So you're, let's see, Tennessee. Okay, I guess you moved a little closer to home, I guess, to a
A
degree.
little bit. Yeah.
So out of all the places you've been, which have you preferred, I guess, the most? Back home, with Brownwood, Texas with the Bulls, or closer to Tennessee or whatever?
Uh, each place has been special. They had every place has had their moments. I don't know if to pick one because each one has been a different experience in my life.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, going back to this bull, my uncle would have shot that, and that would have been for dinner that day.
You can't be killing people with bulls, man.
I'm just saying. I'm just
He'd have
telling
been,
you what my uncle
he'd have been
would
locked
have
up somewhere.
done.
That's a criminal. That's a crime, man. And if he says like the
My
Wild Wild
uncle,
West, it'll be like the harder they fall. It's gonna be some people gonna be shot up.
well, he's shooting back. You don't know
Shoot.
my uncle. I'm just saying, that man crazy. Look, the man just turned 81, and he over here fighting a
81?
case for he just turned
Okay.
81. He just look, he fighting a case for him shooting at someone because he tried to kill somebody.
First off,
Uncle's
he
crazy.
81. He shouldn't be having no gun. First off, but I ain't gonna talk about your uncle on the pod.
They
like
took
that.
his gun.
Well,
They
they
took
need
his
to.
gun.
They need to take a lot of stuff from him at this point in his life. We're gonna get back to this. We're gonna get back to this interview because you wilding today with your uncle. Okay. So I guess speak to the people a little bit about. I mean, because I've always heard strength and conditioning, but like, what does that truly mean? Like, is that just physical brute strength, or is that mental everything, or is it just physical? Like, I've always heard that, but I've never truly understood what that means.
So it all depends on where you're at, but we do it all. Nutrition, strength, speed, power, agility, mental toughness. We're doing it all because most of the time we're with the athletes more than their coaches, especially if you're
Right.
talking about the off season and with NCAA rules. So we got to teach the kids from little things, every little thing that you could think of that you would think they would know. We have to teach them at some point. And that, our goal is just to help them be better athletes on the field. So whatever we can do to get that little bit of advantage, that's what we try to do.
Gotcha. So what would you recommend is like the best diet to like build muscle?
Eat real food. That's what I would say. Everybody's
Talk to us
different.
about that.
Everybody's
Yeah,
different. That's the thing. So, a lot of people will go out there and try to eat a bad diet and try to work out and match the two, but you can't do that. So we try to teach them like you got to get your protein in different forms. You can't just eat. A lot of people say go eat steak, chicken. You need get the broccoli. You need the bell peppers, all that. You need fruit. You need to try to set a time to where everything is a little bit structured to where you're eating. So we're hitting like every little point that we try to to get with them.
All right, so me eating like Chipotle chicken and
Oh,
some
Lord.
rest of the vegetables, it ain't gonna cut it, is it?
That's not a bad meal, but you don't want to put too much of just Chipotle right there in your meal, you know what I'm saying? You want to
I
mix it
got
up a
you.
little bit, give your body some different variety.
I got you.
So you gotta go
Yeah.
with Chipotle, then you gotta go to Roof Chris, okay? Then you gotta go to Wings, etc., or like Buffalo Wings and Ribs. Then you got hit all three. See right there. See what I did? That's beautiful. That's what you gotta do right there. Right there. Boom.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So okay, so what would be like the most critical aspect of strength and conditioning? Is it the cardio portion? Is it maybe, lightweight, more reps? Like what's the most like critical like component to a workout?
It all depends on the sport that you're playing. The biggest thing is consistency. It's the main key because a lot of kids will work from like if we get them in the summer and the fall consistently, they'll go to the spring and not work out. Or if we get them fall, spring, they'll go to the summer and not work out. So it's always a repeating cycle. Like now we starting back from square one because you took so much time off. So consistency is the biggest thing. Being in shape for your sport is a major thing. And then just finding the weaknesses that we can develop them in.
So I guess how long do you say like for football seasons at least? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably have a slew of peak players come in, maybe some of them semi in shape, others they weren't doing what they're supposed to do over the summer
Yeah.
or over the fall or whatever. I mean, how do you gauge like how long does it usually take for you to keep them and get them in the shape, I guess, depending on what different levels they all come in on?
We run some tests here to see where they're at. Like some teams do like 300 shuttles, 300-yard shuttles. Some do the 110. You know, what we do, we just do. We have some sprint tests that we do, and we try to gauge on their numbers. And a lot of times, we get a kid that stays in the summer and is always here with us. We know that that kid is going to be in shape because he's been pushed to that next level. A lot of kids won't push themselves as hard when they're away. So just running different tests and seeing like if we set a time and they destroy that time, then we know like all right, they got to be in this type of shape.
Gotcha. Now for football, are you doing the entire team or certain positions?
I work with the red shirts and like the non-travel guys.
Gotcha.
Then we have another guy who is the head guy there. He works with the travel guys.
So I know you talked about consistency earlier, but what other types of advice could you give to athletes that are trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, especially like the college athletes, because some of them can't really afford to properly get the meals that they need because the college students they broke, but what type of advice could you give to athletes that are trying to maintain like a healthier lifestyle?
That's a big thing that we struggle with too, is how they're just out there trying to survive at some point. So, reaching out to your resources, do your homework also, don't just somebody telling you something, because a lot of people just throw out information that they might have heard of, so, do your research, set a budget for yourself on what you can afford. Some things the prices are high right now, and especially like meat and stuff like that. But you got to search for different options of where you can get what you can get at some point. and then just try to be as consistent as you can. And if you have to take your budget to a lower level, lower scale, you have to work around what you can work around.
About how much, ideally, if someone wanted to eat like a basic meal, healthy meal for a week, about how much money like should someone try to budget for?
If they're trying to maintain just their weight, uh, you want a monthly or weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly.
Yeah,
I'll
I
probably
need
say
baby steps.
someone that is good can probably do it around $50.
Okay.
Somebody that
That's not
somebody that
bad.
is strict with it can probably do around $50. If you have a good plan set out, you could do it because you'll
Yeah.
have your meals prepped out. Like, all right, I know I need to get this. So you can, like get the cheapest chicken because I'm gonna cook it, the next day, or the cheapest fish, all right, because I'm gonna cook it the next day. And then you just build your meals around that because you get 99-cent rice. You can get green beans at the can, so now your prices are lower. So if you do it right, go in there with a plan, you can set yourself up for success.
All right. Give me an example of like a basic or a nice little healthy like dinner, because I'm writing this down because for myself, when I start get back into the gym, or I start conditioning myself, I know what I need to prepare for.
Oh boy,
I would say a simple one: baked chicken
Yeah.
with rice.
Okay.
I like broccoli. I would go with
Oof.
broccoli, and definitely get your water. And that's one meal right there.
Is it white or brown?
Okay.
Is it white rice or brown rice?
I would go brown rice.
Good.
A little bit easier to digest.
Gotcha.
Okay. What about breakfast?
Breakfast, I'm going with, you can get waffles, eggs, and I would hit some like bacon or sausage. Try to do like turkey bacon, turkey sauce.
The turkey
Okay.
bacon is good though. I ain't gonna lie to you. People don't realize how good turkey bacon for real is. It really is good though.
Yeah. And it's usually on the cheaper side.
Yeah.
It is. So at one point in time, when I was cutting down weight, like one of my breakfast meals was it was some baby spinach,
Oof.
boiled
That
egg.
Popeye
Yeah,
breakfast.
it was boiled eggs,
Oh,
and I think I was able to put like bacon pieces in there, but I felt like I added that myself because I was like, yeah, I can't be eating this. And then I was able to add like a tablespoon of whatever dressing.
yeah. Yeah,
Like, how does that
that's not bad.
sound?
That's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, let me say I go back to it. Uh
I'm gonna just stick to my bacon, rice, and eggs. That's what I'm gonna do for breakfast, or a pancake on the side. That's what I'm gonna do right there. That's me right there. Mm-hmm.
let's talk about you. What do you like, since you're in strength and conditioning? I feel as though you have to, maintain the look of being a strength and conditioning coach. Like you can't be out here, you know.
Telling the players one thing,
No.
but I'm eating whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right. Like y'all go on there, y'all eat that spinach. Give me this give me this double whopper from Burger King. Tell me about your diet. Like what do you do to kind of maintain, the look of a strength and conditioning coach?
So I like to practice what I preach. I try to keep it like if I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm gonna try to do it myself. So I work out 3 times a week, and I run probably 2 times, 3 times a week, depending on how the week is. For food wise, we've been getting breakfast because our school has been able to feed our athletes in the morning, or our football team. So we've been getting to breakfast every day, and we get one meal from the school every day. So we've been doing pretty good on that aspect. But my wife is a pretty good cook, so and she's been trying to be like, all right, we need the meal plan. We need the meal plan. So I'm like, all right, I'll do my research, set it up, and she's been on it. So I've been blessed on that part. But as far as like setting up a meal, like we'll show like guys like some guys will get eggs and potatoes in the morning, and that's it. And we're like, no, you need the eggs, potatoes, bacon, get a little bit of grits as we have our oatmeal, and that's your meal. So you go into practice and you're not hungry by the time. So you're trying to play catch up throughout the day. And most of the guys either they go to class or they go home and go to sleep. So we practice in the morning. So they're gonna either miss lunch or get a quick lunch. So it's like, well, if you go ahead, eat big in the morning, because you'll have enough time before we go to practice. And then by the time you get to lunch, you're not playing catch up throughout the whole day.
What about like game day? Like how's that meal look for game day? Because I've heard a lot of different things. I heard big meals, I heard like medium meals, and then even like maybe even smaller meals that kind of suffice so you don't be over bloated during the game type of thing.
Yeah, so we eat 2 hours before our game. You want to eat comfortably. I would say everybody's different, but you don't want to overeat and feel heavy going into the game. So we try to at least it's either like chicken breast or pasta, something like that, or a mixture of the two. That way they're getting their carbs for energy. A lot of our guys like chicken. So that you're eating like one chicken breast or two chicken breasts. So we know like it's not a lot of dense food that
Right.
they're eating. So when we get to the game, they're not going to be that heavy going out there.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, when I used to play like tennis and things of that nature, like I was more on the peanut butter type of, bread and peanut butter type of diet, just because of just the longevity of the peanut butter kind of kept me, and potassium with the bananas and stuff like that. So, and fruit, that's really what I ate when I used to play tennis back in the day. But so I mean, yeah, like you said, it's different for every sport's different, and every person's different on top of that too. Because some people could eat a whole steak and they'd be cool, and other people like, nah, I can't do that.
We also tell them drink water. If you got to fill it up, if you're not feeling hungry, go drink some water. See if it fills you back up.
All the tips and the trades that I wish I knew. What's some of the like the biggest mistakes that a lot of people that you see do when they're trying to either maintain strength or when they're trying to cut weight or trying to get in shape? Like, what's some of the biggest mistakes that people do?
Right now, they go on Instagram and try to mimic what people are doing. Now, a lot of times they go in without a plan, and they just try, hey, I'm gonna do this today, I think. And it's like, well, you write it out, see what it looks like. What's your goal? What are you trying to do? And then, do your research on it a little bit or talk to some people. There's a lot of strength coaches that can really help you out in this field. So, that's the first thing to do is make a plan, have a plan, and then see where you can develop from that.
Yeah, so Desmond, don't be going on IG and TikTok looking at The Rock and all them fake wrestlers and stuff, and they trying to figure out what they doing, and then be like, oh man, they big and buff. Let me just go out here and do that.
Low key, I do got like a little section in my collection called like workouts or something. So I do have like stuff saved as parts of the site. I'm like, when I get back into it, I'm add that to like maybe a routine or a set, or, do that for about 2 weeks along with a whole bunch of other things and, move on. If I see a workout, I'm like, that look intense. Like it's engaging, like literally like your whole body, I'm like, maybe I should try that.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
I'm just saying, like there's a lot of things that I found like fascinating. Like I need to go back to learning how to swim because that's like that's
Swim.
super. Yeah.
Uh, William, do you know how to swim?
I don't know how to swim. I swim
Okay,
enough to save my life.
there you go. See, there you go,
Yeah.
right there. That's all you need, right there. This boy over
But
here
see,
doesn't
it's
trying to be an Olympic swimmer, a professional
no. I
springboard
just
swimmer. I don't know
at
what you're
least
doing.
y'all can swim to at least save your life. Like I'm gonna swim to
I didn't say
drown
I
most
could.
of the
I
time.
didn't say I could swim save my life. I didn't say that. I can't swim. Period. I get to sinking
But
when I hit the water.
and that's how I
Hitting right
am.
bottom. It's rough. It's rough out here, man.
It is rough.
So
So
okay, so William, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
okay. So I'm gonna talk about Tennessee State a little bit here. So I see there's how many other strength and condition coaches, like how many of them are total? Like I know you're assistant, so how many of them on the list?
So we have a director for football, and
Okay.
I'm his uh,
Backup.
second. Yeah,
Okay.
and we have one for volleyball, track and field, and tennis. We have one for basketball and golf, and
Okay.
then we have a GA for football who also helps with tennis. I mean, with
Gotcha.
track and field.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, are y'all like a close knitted kind of group, or y'all kind of on your own little things, or do y'all collab on a lot of different workouts, maybe, or kind of bounce ideas off each other?
And so the guy that helps with track and field, he helps me with softball.
Hmm.
The basketball guy, he does his own thing just because of the
Just the
timing of when
different.
we came in.
Yeah.
And then us for football, it's the three of us, so we kind of talk a lot because we've been together a little bit more. But
Gotcha.
we're getting a little bit closer because we're all new staff that came in.
Mm,
Some of us have been here since June. Some of us been here since August. So we're all just trying to collab together. And we sit in the office and chat about different things that we see and different things that we can improve on. So we've been trying to get a little bit closer together.
gotcha. Okay. Go
How
ahead,
do
David.
you
Go ahead.
like? Yeah, how do you differentiate yourself? I butchered the word, but that's okay. Like, how do you like make yourself like stand out or be different from like any other traditional, just any other traffic conditioning coach that is either at your university or just out there that like coaches or trains athletes on the side or at other universities?
I think that the athletes kind of make you that different person. Like I like to, well, I'm young, so me talking to them, they kind of see it on like a personal level, like, oh, you must understand. And I played football in college and everything like that, so I do understand where they're at. And I'm like, what is your mindset going into this year, or what has the vibe been previously? And I like to try to listen to them and be like, all right, so we need to change the culture if that's the understanding, or y'all need to be pushed harder because just looking at the past of wins and losses, things like that. So the athletes will really tell you what they're feeling. You just use your personality. Everybody's different, so try to use your own little flavor, your own personality, and how you coach, and just be you, be real with the athlete.
That's 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 some solid advice. Real solid advice. When it comes to working out, some people have like a conception where all right, you shouldn't use like machine weights. Use more free weights or anything because
Mm.
of like it's just better for your body. Is that like what are some like maybe the other conceptions that are out there that people bring up too much or talk little of, or is that one of the like misconceptions that are out there that need to be talked about more?
I think you need to use both in your program. If you have the means of machines and you have free weights, I don't see why you wouldn't use one versus the other, because you can do a lot between the two. So just giving like your athlete the holistic approach to training will allow them to grow, and that's all it is. Because a lot of people will do both anyway while they're trained. So why not, put it into your program?
What do you think about like the high intensity like workouts? Like, are those really super beneficials, or some people like certain people will go through, they'll do like crossfitting training just to like try to cut weight and stuff. Is there any like benefit to doing those type of trainings, or should they stick to something else that will work out better for them?
It definitely has to be involved with your sport. You want to try to keep your movements to mimic your sport, especially when you get closer to end season. A lot of people go to CrossFit and they're just doing a lot of reps repetitively, but like, do you really need that into your sport if say you're playing basketball? No, like you'll be moving sometimes, you'll be stationary a little bit, moving, stationary. So, you just kind of have to look at what your sport is doing and try to mimic, what movements that you need to really improve on that.
For I know one thing, especially kids, like high school kids in particular, like there's athletes that stick to one sport their whole entire career. Do you consider that or a good thing or a bad thing? Because a lot of times when you play other sports, you get a chance to develop those muscles or use those muscles so that when it comes to like your primary sport, you be that much better of an athlete because you're developing more parts of your body versus kind of just utilizing just one particular part.
I think early on, kids need to play as many sports as they can just because it's going to teach them all types of different skills. You're going to get everything. Football, you get running, jumping, throwing. Same with if you play football, you need to run track. Why? I mean, it's just going to make you faster athlete. Saying if you're athletic, go play basketball too. Play them all. Play soccer, footwork is right there. Everything's going to make you a better athlete. And it's a different type of competition. And that's the biggest thing, like a team aspect, the competition, and then putting your body in different situations will make you a whole better athlete. I don't think kids should specialize that early because they're still developing anyway. So if you can play another sport, I would.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because I it makes me sad when I see kids like stick to one sport, like they put all their resources. Like, dude, like you probably could be much better in this other sport if you put,
Yeah.
even just half as much effort as you doing to this right now. Not
Well, not
everybody's
even
gonna
that. It
play
just,
this.
it breaks that monotony between constantly
Yeah,
doing the one sport over and over and over again. You do something else, it kind of, shifts your focus a little bit to a degree, but you can always come back and say, okay, I'm taking some time off from whatever sport I'm playing, and I feel more at ease now of whatever I was trying to force before. It just comes easier now at this point because I played whatever other sport I played. Like it makes you look at the sport differently to a lot of degrees as well. And most of the top athletes in the world played multiple sports as well. Like that's a lot of people don't realize that, but that's a lot of them are multi-sport athletes. Like
It's rare to see the best athletes who have played one sport. That is so
exactly,
rare.
exactly.
that is true. I mean, I think about LeBron, or I think about people like Allen Iverson, who played basketball and
Football.
football.
So,
Hmm.
yeah, it definitely make you think a little bit different. Makes you tougher. You think if LeBron could take a hit in football, you definitely could take one in basketball. No, not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The best? Uh, what's the best set of exercises that people should add to their workout routine? Like, what's the one exercise that, like, no matter what, you want to try to make sure some of these?
Oh yeah, we work on 5 core type of movements. You want to squat, hands, press, push, and core work. So if you could throw all those 5 into your workout, any variation, you'll have a good workout.
Okay. Is the core like pretty much the hardest part of the body to work out?
So in our world, we use core for everything. Like if you squat, and usually we teach how to squat. Like you take a big breath in, hold it as you go down, and as you come up, breathe out. That's core work, technically.
Yeah.
Bracing your core is locked in, and you're using your core. A lot of people just think core work is I'm gonna do 1,000 crunches and hopefully I get abs. But we're always doing core work and any a different aspect of training.
I like how you throw in and hope you get abs. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a lot more. I caught that. There's a lot more to just trying to get some abs than just like just doing 1,000 crunches or going
Yeah, a lot
super
of it's
hard
just
into it.
diet at the most part.
I didn't realize how much like breathing, like you said, beating like your diaphragm, making sure you like. I didn't realize how much of a difference that stuff makes. Because I mean, I've never. What was it? Probably 5, 6 years ago was my first time actually doing the squat, like an actual bar with the squat. Like I didn't know what I was doing. Dude was like, "Yeah, make sure you breathe, because if not, like it's gonna be." I'm like, "Man, it's just a bar, man. I got this, man." Like I said, "Oh," I said, "I see now." Okay, he said, "Put it back now, redo it." I'm like, "All right, dang, all right, my bad." I'm thinking it's just grab a bar, drop. I'm good. Like it ain't nothing to it. Like
You'll see kids and get red in the face. You're like, yo,
yeah,
breathe, breathe.
yeah,
True
exactly.
that. Yeah, that's one thing I always trying to make sure I do. You know, get that first deep breath and breathe out as I push out, especially when it comes to bench press. I'd be like,
You hold it
For
in.
sure.
oh man, that just remind me. So prior to me, I'm gonna do the story time before we switch over to the game within the game segment. The story time. So before my wife was my wife, uh this had have been like her sophomore year, my junior year, one of the two, whatever the case may be, right? And she my wife ran track. I played baseball in college for the first couple of years, and then I switched over into just primarily doing my engineering degree at the time. And so we would go to school, we'll work out, and then I'll drop off at the crib, and I going back to work, going back home, and get ready for work for the next day. And one of these times we at Tech and we working out in the weight room. So I'm over here benching, right? So let me tell you. So I'm benching, but I threw like the resistant ropes on both sides underneath the bench so I can get the resistance and I was using the bar and stuff. So I was doing that, and then I got to the point where I couldn't get the bar up. I went down. I was stuck. She had to come help me,
Okay.
rack it so
Uh,
I wouldn't drop the weight on me.
huh.
Yeah, get all the jokes out now.
Oh boy. I'm not saying a word, boy. I ain't saying a word. I'm not gonna say
I'm
nothing.
gonna
I'm gonna
ask.
leave you
I'm
alone.
gonna ask. What are your thoughts about that
I'm gonna leave you
scenario?
alone.
I see why you got married to her. She didn't want you to die.
Oh my goodness. I ain't saying the word. Amen. Amen to that. Amen.
Yeah. I I was just trying to, trying to get stronger. I was
You
using
trying to
resistant
show out,
ropes.
man.
Yeah.
Your
I
ass
wasn't
almost
trying
got
to show
killed.
out.
You was trying to show out, you know.
I wasn't trying to show out.
Probably like, yeah, I'm
I
gonna show
got
my
some.
face. I got this.
Ah,
Hold on, I can't move it. I can't move. Whew, I ain't saying nothing else about you though. Leave it be. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Cause I would talk about you real bad, but I ain't gonna do it.
you can talk about me. Look.
Nope. Mm-mm.
All right. So okay, let me ask you this thing, William. What are some equipment that people should, if people are trying to, build their own home gym, what's some stuff that they should probably invest in?
Get you a Peloton. I'm just playing. Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Peloton's been doing some good things. Yeah, if you can get whatever you want, get a rack, get you some weights there. You'll have a bar, you have your barbell. That way you can do all your movements there. Dumbbells, you can do so much with dumbbells. And get you some bands. You can do so much for bands that just have different variations.
Okay. I got me a small little gym. I gotta go start using.
Oh, here you go, man. Here you go, man.
I'll do it. I got like a pull-up bar, I got some ropes.
Yeah, that's good.
Guys,
That's a good start.
yeah. What else
He
we
ain't
got?
gonna use it though, Will. That's the thing.
That's chill. I use it. I may go do about 3 pull-ups and I'll be done.
3.
I come touch it.
That
I
boy
go
said
touch it.
3.
I may go touch it 2 weeks later.
3.
Hey, pull-ups are hard, man.
No, they not, man.
Yes, they are.
Man, I used to do when I was in middle school and high school, all that I used to do 20 pull-ups like just effortlessly. But and I wasn't even in no type of shape. It was just, but I just knew how to lift myself up. Like that's just what I did. But I mean, I don't know what I could do now because I ain't done it in probably about 15 years.
I'd be 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sad boy.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this first part of the interview, and we're gonna go ahead and transition to our rapid fire round. So it's the game within the game segment. So my first question for you, William, is: are you ready to play?
I'm ready to play.
All right, let's do it. So the very first question we traditionally always ask: chocolate chip cookies or oatmeal raisin?
Chocolate chip cookies.
It's another
one.
That's 12 to what was that 12 to 4? I missed one, so I probably missed another one, but I'm gonna say 13
you
4
didn't.
now. That was oatmeal raisin?
Another one because it was oatmeal raisin.
Oh, so okay, so then it's 12-5 then. Okay, 12-5. Either way, 12-5. We're still winning. Chocolate chip still winning. All right. So your next question is TV shows or movies?
I'm gonna go with movies.
What's your favorite movie?
Remember the Titans. That's my number 1.
So is is Denzel your favorite actor then?
Nah, but he's top,
in the top 5. Okay.
Top 5.
Okay. Well, who your favorite actor then? Let's go down there.
I'm gonna have to go with Will Smith.
Ooh.
Even though he's been in an entanglement and all that good stuff.
Oh no.
I ain't gonna put that on.
Not the entanglement. Not the entanglement. Lord. I can't even say none of that. Look, I plead the fifth.
Bro, he's dropping his book too. Speaking of that,
and he got a movie dropping too.
Yeah.
The Serena with the
Serena.
Yeah, with I'm trying to think of the daddy name. I can't think of it. Yeah. Richard.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, by the time this airs, the movie will be out.
Yep.
All right, so you got Denzel, you got Will.
Who else? Who fills out the top 5? Might as well just go. You got 2, but let's get the other 3.
I have to go Tom Hanks.
Okay.
He's been in there. Who else? I'm gonna put Kevin Hart and The Rock together.
You said that's a pair. That's a tandem.
That's a
Okay.
pair, yeah.
Okay.
And then who would be my last one? I'm gonna leave the last one open. Too many
Okay.
good actors out there and
Okay.
actresses.
Okay.
Facts. Okay. Football question for you. Randy Moss or T.O.?
Randy Moss, West Virginia.
You should have known that one, Desmond. That was kind of
Yeah.
simple.
That's okay. Hey, maybe you could have felt the other way.
Rand University.
Come on, Rand. Come on, there. I'm gonna say, come on now. What are you talking about, man? Marshall, Rand. Come on, man. Come on, Desmond. Come on, man.
You gotta represent.
You should come on, man.
I ain't sure.
Oh, okay, yeah, you shrug. Okay, you hit. Yeah, you need to take a picture of that. That's an emotive shrug. Yeah, that's what you need to do right there. Another football question for you: Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
I'm gonna go with Tom Brady. He's
Ooh.
still playing, still winning.
Yeah.
I gotta give it his props.
Okay.
This is an old school question, but we won't ask it anyways. Barry Sanders or Walter Payton?
I'm gonna go with Barry Sanders.
Can't be mad at that. Look, can't be mad at that. All right, so I guess who is your favorite NFL team right now to watch?
I like the Saints. I'm a Saints fan.
Oh no!
Famous.
My dad's a Saints fan.
Jameis just went down.
Good luck with Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill. Good luck.
Yeah. I like to watch the Ravens just because Lamar Jackson is running around out there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was talking. I got a friend that's a Saints fan, and I was like, why don't y'all pick up Cam Newton? Like, to me, this is a perfect opportunity for this situation. And they said no. I said, this is crap. What did Cam do to these people? I don't understand. Like,
they give him the Colin treatment.
Yeah, the only reason not to pick him up is if we're not going to keep him, there's no point to even have him.
Now that part makes sense. I get it.
Right,
I mean, yeah, he'll be. I guess Jameis will come back next season, hopefully. So yeah, he'll probably be gone next year anyway. So yes, it makes sense.
But the question is, after you've seen, this version of Jameis, would you prefer Cam or would you prefer Jameis?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna have to go with Jameis, just because he's been in the system already.
Yeah, he's been in the system. He's seen the weak arm of Drew Brees as he departed. So yeah. He knew how to throw it. He knew how to manipulate the offense. And once they get Michael Thomas back, and possibly I heard Odell is talking about coming. So if you get those two, that could be definitely a nice 1-2 punch with Kamara. And then if Ingram comes back next year, the Saints might be back where they was a couple of years ago. So it's possible. We'll see though. We'll see
what happens.
The Who Dat Nation will be hollering Who Dat all over the place, and we'll, give Tom Brady a run for his money again. So
yeah,
I get it.
All right. If you can go pro in any other sport other than football, what would it be?
Ooh, basketball. If I could shoot like Steph Curry, man, I'd be out there.
Good old Steph. Yeah. Look. Yeah. That's all you can say. Yeah. I think a lot of people wish they could shoot like Steph.
Yeah, man. One of the greatest shooters to do it.
If not, well, he's the best. There isn't that. I think that conversation is over at this point. There is no other greater shooter than him.
Yeah.
So, what was your favorite sports moment that you have ever seen or witnessed?
Favorite sports moment. It's been a lot that I got to see a little bit. I probably had to go back to when I was coaching little girls basketball, and we won a game with 4 people. And just the way that they played and never quit, and because it's real simple. We're down 4-5, coach, but they played the whole game and made some big shots at the end. We won.
4 people,
4 people.
like the whole game, like start to finish. Like,
Start to
all right,
finish.
it's just the 4 of us.
They're like, hey, that's it. Yeah,
Man, that's
most
crazy.
of our team, they went to Disney World. So it's like, well, you can't blame them.
That's crazy. 4 people, 4-on-5, the whole game.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's
That's my favorite moments.
That'd be one of my favorite moments too. Like, yo, I took a team, I had 4 players, and we
Fourth
beat them
grade,
still.
fourth grade girl.
And we beat them still. We had 4 people. No sub.
I wouldn't even know what to say about that. Like, that's what do you tell? So I mean, if you're the opposite coach, like what do you say? Like, I wouldn't even know what to say. I'd be like, man, we lost 4 people. Like, I don't know what you would even say. Like, I couldn't even, you couldn't make that story if you're on the opposite side of that any better. Cause like, it's just like, what you mean you lost to 4 people? You had 5 people, like you got a whole extra person. Like, why didn't you just keep the 5th person away from everybody else? Like,
you would think it worked like that.
Phew.
That's great.
Fourth grade girls,
That's
everybody
just
ain't good.
Hey, that's probably true.
Right.
That's probably true too. That's probably true.
you right. I look at that as one of the worst things, and I think this is like what one of Kevin Hart moments, like one of the worst things that you ever want to do as a father is get your ass beat in front of somebody, someone in front of someone else.
Yeah.
I think one of the worst things you want to do as a coach is lose to someone with a team that has less players than you, especially if, it requires 5 people to be on the court at once.
Yeah.
I will forever remember, yo, that's the coach that lost with 1 less player. But that's how you'll go down in history.
Yeah. I mean, and that was 4th grade. Like, you picture that if that's like the college, what's the name almost did that? From Alabama.
They did.
Colin Sexton. He
Yeah.
almost
Mm-hmm.
pulled off a win with, they only had 3 people, I think, on the court. Like, you could imagine you beating somebody, like, man, y'all lost to only 3 dudes. Like, are y'all serious? They're playing 3-on-3. But yeah,
Crazy.
that's a dope moment though. I'll give you that. That is dope.
Yeah. All right. If you could be a hype man for any artist, who would it be?
Ooh. Hype man for any artist. Man, that's a tough one. What kind of artist we talking about?
Any artist.
Anything.
Anything.
Your world, your artist.
I'm gonna have to go with Drake.
Get that. Can't be mad at that.
Can't be mad at that.
Didn't somebody say a gospel singer one time?
I had to look back at the archives, man. A lot of things are blending together.
I'll be out there for Kurt Franklin.
I just said I think somebody did say a gospel person. I was like, that's different, but that makes sense though. It makes sense. Like, you can have a hype person for gospel, right? Or gospel music,
You could.
Because I look at Kurt Franklin, and I've always said this: Kurt Franklin is like the DJ Khaled of Christian music. Like, that's all he is.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And he making his thing, then he like, just not have the DJ Khaled on the front end of it. This is Kurt Franklin now, But so who's your go-to artist then? Like, if you're working out, do you have a playlist you play, or you got to mix in a little bit of everything? Like, what you got?
I mix in a little bit of everything. Spotify. Let's put on Spotify, find something, boom, let's go.
Yeah, see, I don't. Oh man, that's like that time when I don't know if y'all saw this, but Cam Newton's working out the gospel music,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, I'm scared of him. Like, if you can work out to praising the Lord, hey man, you different breed, brother. I can't even be mad at you. Like, you do your thing, man. Do your thing. Do your thing. So, like, people that work out to anything. For me, it gotta be, I'm listening to my hardcore rap. Like, it's hardcore. Like, I can't be doing none of the slow stuff. I'll be like, man, what turn
You over
that
there start.
off.
You doing everything in slow motion, like
Like turn it off. I need the old Waka Flocka, all that. I need the good stuff. But yeah, I feel it. So if you could take over any organization, this could be Chase Bank, this could be Apple, this could be whatever. It don't matter whatever you want it to be. Who would it be and why?
I'm gonna go with Tesla because he's doing so much. It's unbelievable how much he's doing that could end up really changing the world, changing our lives every day. Self-driving cars. He's trying to make the train, space travel. There's so much that's going on. Like, I think I like to be a part of that.
Okay.
that's a solid choice. I'm not even mad at that. And then on top of that, he also does he has like a solar program with roofs and stuff. So
Yeah.
bring in, like the man's Tesla's portfolio is crazy. It's more than just cars.
He could potentially end the world hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the space thing. I'm cool. I'm cool here on Earth. I don't want to go see. I don't want to see the Earth from outside the spectrum because if something happened, you know what I mean. You get stuck up there, yo. You're like, you ain't coming back home. Yeah, you're not coming back home. So like, at that point, you signed yourself up. You're stuck up there, or you gonna burn up in the atmosphere. I'm cool. I'm cool. You can take that risk. I'll just take your word for it when you come back down. That's where I'm at with it, Until they get Wi-Fi up there and some oxygen, then I might consider it. But until then, you're not gonna see me. You're not gonna see me.
Not oxygen.
Well, you can't breathe up there, man. I gotta have on a mask and a bubble on it. I ain't going. I need some oxygen, man. I can't do it.
All right, we wild today. William, what? William, this is the hardest question of all. How can people keep up with your career and follow you with everything that you have going on?
I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram. Follow me, Will_the_thrill. I'm not on there heavily, but if you want to follow me on there, you can follow me on there. Twitter is the same name, so made it easy for everybody. If you want my email, wmjackson330@gmail.com if you ever want to hit me up. And that's about it. LinkedIn, William Jackson.
That's the name for me, Will the Thrill.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. For all the listeners, subscribers out there, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Go ahead, follow us on Twitter at CTG_podcast. On Instagram, it's capturing_the_game_pod. On YouTube, it's just Capturing the Game Podcast. On Facebook, it's on Capturing the Game Podcast. And we are also on TikTok. You can find us on Capturing the Game Podcast. So Will, it's been fun. It's been a pleasure. I felt like I just talked with one of the fellas for the past hour. And so it was super dope to kind of get to know you and kind of meet with you, man. And I get some of the pro tips on, what not to do as I start my fitness journey.
Yeah. And appreciate y'all for having me on. This has been fun. Definitely love to see y'all doing what y'all do. Just keep doing what y'all do. Proud of y'all, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.